have the head to knock back the Gordos of DDDs, but at the same time, if you get in and you guess wrong, you get knocked out, and you're in loser's bracket where it's very clear to Buzz. Winner goes on, loser gets out.
Oh, I didn't know that actually. Holy crap, that is some news to me. Also, that's 87% damage to burst.
The sarcasm is appreciated. So
that's my best type of humor, bro. Sarcastic one.
And hey, man, dude, it suits you well. But burst right now, oh man, the Gordo does not suit them well. They're getting tagged. But yeah, it's Gordos versus Eggs. They're both trying to space each other out. Basically the same sort of game plan, but Atomsk has a little bit more power behind them. And honestly, not a terrible matchup in the air considering their multi-jumps versus the speed that Yoshi can provide.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, since DD is such a big like combo food target, Yoshi can kill DD at like probably this % consistently. It's just a matter of blending those without overextending, because we saw Burst's biggest weakness versus Guts was overextending for kills. And if Atomsk knows this, he can take huge advantage of this. Because that's really where you punish DD. You kill him early due to his weight. His combo like size.
Yeah. Well, yeah, getting the kills off of the top isn't going to be the easiest thing in the world, but I mean, DDD has so much power that even a relatively survivable character, like Yoshi, is going to have a bit of a tough time dealing with it. That up air, still not killing, 157%. Again, DDD, the thickest of boys in this game.
Yep, so finally dies at 180-ish, I think, but like, you can't let him going every stock. That's going to be way too much percent put in the field, especially when, you know, Yoshi's going to die at like 120-ish consistently in this matchup. And plus, Yoshi has to work his way in. You're seeing Gordos beat Eggs consistently. Who knew that spikes were better than Eggs? I certainly didn't. But yeah, so he has to approach, and that means he is going to get poked out and just right into the spiky ball of death. That's it.
Atomsk, the exalted one, is here and is trying to do everything that they possibly can to not let Burst get a foothold on this matchup, trying to resign Burst to a bronze medal in this one. But yeah, match is out. Then that's the thing. If you are Burst, maybe you don't have the most favorable matchup in the world, though it's certainly not impossible by any stretch of the imagination. Yoshi, especially on Wi-Fi, darn good. But if you're not going to, you know, be more wily or more patient than someone who is a veteran of Brawl, as Atomsk is going to wind up and knock Burst out. A 2-stock victory for them.
Who took out Atomsk Burst again? Like, who took out this man? Who made him this angry? Atomsk has just like entered like that level of like Super Saiyan right now. I don't know. He isn't playing the game. He has become one with the game, with the way he's playing. Because it just looks like Burst can't touch him. It does not look like it's losers finals with how much Atomsk is just playing correctly, and Burst can't figure out the answer.
I mean, Atomsk is just channeling the spirits of his ancestors within himself, and just like it's all translating through DDD. I don't even know what else to tell you, but what we're seeing right now, if you are Burst, you know that you're not going to be more patient or even necessarily more knowledgeable about the game than Atomsk, which it's so weird. You know, obviously, Atomsk.
Yo, let's go!
Oh, we're getting it! Northern Crater! Oh my gosh.
Let's freaking go. I'm just gonna say Crater instead of Northern Crater. I feel like there's too many syllables for me. Let's go, Crater! Okay, that doesn't sound cool. I'm gonna say Northern Crater. Let's go, Northern Crater! Yeah, sounds cooler. But yeah, so...
Good quick assessment. But if you're Burst, like, what is it that you do to combat not even just DDD, but Atomsk specifically? What they bring to the table, that sort of special touch that they always put on their games.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Burst needs to. He just has to like find those openings, but I think he has to play more grounded. Honestly, I think that's the big thing. If he plays more grounded, he can find openings because Atomsk is extremely good at punishing people jumping a bit early. He throws the Gordos well, he uses his air-to-air as well. He uses inhales on people landing and shielding a lot well. And like, he really punishes people jumping in the air too much. Up smashes also. With that said, maybe the stage will give Burst something he needs. I don't know why he'd want the stage in particular, besides the fact that it's hype. So we will see.
To be fair, that's not a bad reason.
It really isn't.
Oh, down smash is going to take the first stock. off of Atomsk, and Burst, it's about time that they got themselves a little bit of momentum, able to draw first blood, and that is going to be the key, getting those kills off of the side, trying to neutralize whatever strengths that Atomsk has been bringing to the table. And Atomsk, especially from that last set, has gotten really used to getting those kills off of up smash in the middle of the stage, though certainly as that is proving, they're willing to adapt.
Oh my god, with that said, 107% Atomsk, he is, Burst is definitely playing this game a lot better, I shouldn't say much closer, it's obviously his favor now than last game. With that said though, this can easily be evaporated with a couple mistakes on his part, a couple reasons on Atomsk's part. He cannot afford to start playing impatient now or risky now, because that's how he got put in this situation in the first place, where he's down 0-1.
A part of me is always surprised that we don't see Genova in the background right before we see Holy in its sealed state, but...
She'd be too beautiful of a waifu that would be distracted while playing the game, purely.
Genova, the...
Anyway!
2 stocks to 1, Burst is in the lead. Gordo coming right out in the face of Burst and making their presence known, and that's kind of what you want from Atomsk. I'm still distracted by that comment. The Buzz, say something else.
I'm sorry, I just had to see your reaction. It was priceless. But yeah, I mean, look at Burst holding this stock right now. You know, and Atomsk, you know, Dedede has powerful kill moves, but not the best ones. You know, up tilt and up air are good, but like, Smash is all laggy, back air is slow, fair isn't the best, neutral B is not gonna kill, neither are his grabs. So, I was about to say you don't want to jump in the air too much at kill percents, especially with a lead like this. And then he jumped in the air at kill percents with the lead.
Yeah, but it's going to be back throw at a low percentage. That's combo potential, but Burst realizing the situation, and you're getting, if you're Burst, this is a gut check if there ever was one, because this is a Smash veteran just kind of, it is almost like a sensei student kind of vibe where it's like, I'm going to put you in these situations and you need to think quickly about how you're going to react, and only if you can beat me will I acknowledge your potential.
And right now, I don't think Atomsk has to acknowledge anything, because look at him making this comeback right now, right? Like, we told him how Burst had a good lead before, and now it's even-ish? Okay, it's not even anymore.
Ooh.
Burst once again gets caught out for just fishing a little bit too hard for the kill.
That was not on the meat of the hammer either. That was just right on the very
yeah. Like, he barely missed an up air is the thing. And up air I think would have killed, but like, you know, Atomsk was ready for it. And
at that percent.
Yeah.
That's close. Yeah. I don't know what to... I mean, because my mind is still kind of going back to that, you know, Genova waifu thing, and I'm trying to get past it.
It was a joke. Relax. It's okay. It was just a joke.
I know, but like, God. All right, so Atomsk is 1 game away from Grand Finals, where Guts awaits, and Burst is certainly not looking forward to facing off against that Ike again, considering what happened in Winners Final. It was, in fact, a 3-0 victory for the Ike main Guts, but at the same time, if you're Atomsk, that might prove to be a bit of a challenge to you. What is it that Atomsk is going to have to look forward to if they want to overcome both Burst and Guts, if there's any commonality between the matchups?
I don't think so at all. I think the way these two matchups play, the attributes, everything about them is like polar opposites. With this said, Atomsk is a brawl vet, so like, he knows pretty much all of his DD matchups at this point, I bet. I don't think he's gonna be called guard by anything, so it's just a matter of kind of just playing on fire like he keeps doing, you know? If he just plays really well, he should be able to win. And I do think a matchup like Ike is, on paper, much easier than a matchup like Yoshi, which on paper seems very scary for Dedede.
Oh, I mean, it's downright terrifying if we're being completely honest, but it's, at the same time, you're going to need, if you are going to ask someone to play matchups that are so night and day, it's probably going to be, you're probably going to ask someone that has such a wealth of experience, and that is most likely Atomsk. But Burst trying to make a case for their own spot in Grand Finals, well on their way at the very least, but well, I wouldn't say well on their way. I will say that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and in this case, it's a single stock.
Yeah, right now, I mean, Burst is about to have a second stock in 1 minute, man. I mean, honestly, if you're Atomsk at this point, you just kind of throw things at the wall and see it's 6, because with this kind of deficit, but being up 2-0, you can almost purposely lose this game, but try to condition your opponent in ways that, like, do like particularly bad options on purpose, make the opponent get used to certain things in the next game, blow them up with a good counter pick, and not doing those bad things. And they'll be like, well, what was happening? You kept rolling out of the corner out of fear. Why'd you start forward smashing instead? Like, you know, it's a really meta way to play it. But I think it could be applicable here with this kind of deficit.
Yeah,
but Burst has to just, you know, recognize what's working and how to make sure it keeps working.
Yeah, so Atomsk gets that 1 stock back. They're still at a full stock deficit, and that's not necessarily where you want to be against a character that can press buttons so freely if you are down to miss. So what seems to be the flip that switched between games 2 and 3 for Burst?
So far, I honestly think a lot of it has been, he hasn't been trying to zone out Atomsk as much with eggs. Like, if you notice this game, it is significantly less egg usage, I'd say, like, in neutral, and more just kind of getting in his face. And, like, I mean right in his face. Not even trying to space out Atomsk game where, you know, he's just getting right in there, pressing buttons, and really trying to abuse Dedede's lack of out shield options, lack of good mashy buttons. And that's just been the hugest thing I've noticed so far, is the change in pace. Not letting Atomsk play his game. And also, he's been hitting the Gordos a lot more with eggs. Like, significantly more. Compared to the last 2 games.
So it's done maybe not even the quantity, but more the quality of the spacing options.
Yes.
Fair enough. And looking for the down B, not finding it, and
he gets
Atomsk missing with the option of their own, but that's Burst getting a 2-stock victory courtesy of that down B. Atomsk getting caught in midair and is made to pay the price. So in we go to game number 4. Burst with a little bit of wind in their sails.
Yeah. I mean, if Burst playing like this, Atomsk needs to figure out a way to handle the much more aggressive and calculated egg usage Burst, or aggressive neutral and then calculated egg usage, whatever. And with that said, I wonder if he will. I wonder if he can honestly just kind of rely on a good stage counter pick to carry him in case he can't figure it out. Because that could be another factor, right? Like, you know, we had Town City, which clearly I think all the empty space in the middle, like not being used platforms to set up good Gordos, hurt Atomsk a little bit. So maybe if Atomsk goes like a platform-based stage, we might just see an easy win.
Only one way to know that for sure is we go into game number 4. These two facing off in Pokemon Stadium.
Makes sense. This is a extremely good Dedede stage. This is in fact one of his best stages. When I fight Dededes in bracket, this is my first strike. Always. This is a phenomenal Dedede stage. So with that said, you can see why already when it comes to like the platform placement, meaning Gordos have a lot of angles to come at you from, and Dedede can throw them from the platforms, making him a little bit harder to read and punish.
I mean, a little bit harder, but improbable does not mean impossible, never has, and as we're going to see Atomsk get in the lead, it's looking, I was expecting, honestly, a back air just to mix things up, but honestly, if the Gordo ain't broke, Atomsk is not going to try to fix it. Sitting at 123, it's a tough option for Burst, but good little egg into up smash. And yeah, you were talking about the quality of the eggs, and those are grade A certified thus far from Burst.
Grade A certified. Large eggs hitting their mark perfectly when he needs them to. There, he's getting hit by a Gordo, and yeah, it's scary. Both players at kill possess, but as we keep seeing, I feel like Burst dies the most when he tries to jump in looking for anything at kill percent, and Atomsk is just always ready to be like, I'm gonna anti-air you, bro. You can't be above me. I got up tilt. Man, Dedede's so big when he's in the egg. It's really funny. Oh, this is gonna be a lot of damage. Oh, oh no, just he messes up, gets caught by the nair.
I would feel like laying the egg would hurt Yoshi at least as much as it does Dedede, if I'm being completely honest. But
you know, probably more. Think about it. Yeah, I agree. Yoshi should take 10% every time he tosses an egg. But the eggs should be transcendent and explode on impact.
See, I was talking about the egg lay more than anything else, but that's...
Oh.
Okay, we're going to get the Nair killing off of the top. Atomsk has burst down to their tournament stock, and yeah, this is the Jersey Brawl vet, one stock away from Grand Finals.
Yeah, I mean, I think the stage pick speaks for itself, honestly. You know, Burst has had a little more difficulty finding angles, but he's definitely putting a lot of good pressure on as well against Atomsk. Like, he is really not letting Atomsk breathe unless he absolutely has to. And speaking of which, get down in that pit, bro. We're playing this game one stock apiece now, is what Burst is saying. We have a very, very close game.
Oh.
Maybe not as close right now if he can get anything going, but he does not. Definitely more usage of egg lay, now you mentioned it before. So definitely been doing a good amount of work, just for maneuvering, I think.
I mean, if it was part of the game plan, then probably would have seen more of it. But Atomsk really just going for that. Okay, I respect it, but it has burst down at 117. This is going to be a rough go of it for this intrepid dinosaur. Especially, there you go, the egg lay. Atomsk deciding not to pop out of it right away, was probably anticipating that up air, and you better believe that Burst is going to want to land one of those before this thing is said and done. Atomsk, this is about where they want them to, trying to see how Burst is going to get back to the stage. Perhaps a little bit of conditioning involved here as well.
In this position, I definitely favor Atomsk. Well, yeah, he did. I was going to say, he has better neutral kill options. That's one of Yoshi's biggest weaknesses. And resetting to neutral is not what Yoshi wants to do in